आज
Assalamualaikum students. Today's topic is nematodes. You have already done in your lecture. Okay, first of all, I will tell you a scenario of nematodes. The scenario is a 10-year-old Bangladeshi boy of low socioeconomic status presented in the OPD with symptoms of vague abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and persistent cough for the last 2 months. And detailed history reveals child has habit of playing outdoors in the dirt. CBC shows eosinophilia and stool for microscopy. It reveals the following findings. Okay, इससे related जो questions हो सकते हैं, they can be the question number 1 is what is the other name for Ascaris lumbricoides? ठीक है, the diagnosis of this scenario is Ascaris lumbricoides. Okay, but what is the other name for Ascaris lumbricoides? Question number 2, there can be summarize the life cycle of Ascariasis. And question number 3, what is the pathogenesis of Ascariasis? And number 4, what are the clinical findings in Ascariasis? And number 5, what is the lab diagnosis of Ascariasis and what is the treatment of Ascariasis? And last, what is the prevention of Ascariasis? Okay, let's start. Then I will answer all the questions. First of all, we will see what are the general characteristics of nematodes. Nematodes, they are unsegmented and they are elongated and cylindrical, and they have separate sexes with separate appearances. And they have a tough protective covering or cuticle, and they have a complete digestive tract with both oral and anal openings. The nematodes, they are free living. In majority of the cases they are free living, or they can be parasites of humans, plants, or animals. And they assume 3 basic morphologic forms: egg, larvae, and adult form. So the most important in nematodes is number 1, that is Ascaris lumbricoides. The other name for Ascaris lumbricoid is ronghorn. So इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा briefly पढ़ते हैं जरा. It is estimated that worldwide as many as 1.4 billion people are infected with Ascaris lumbricoides, which lives in the small intestine. Females may be a foot long and produce 200,000 eggs per day. Infection occurs when parasite eggs are eaten with uncooked food or when soiled fingers are put into the mouth. So its phylum is named Helminthes and the class is Nematoda. So nematodes, they use their pseudocoelom as a hydrostatic skeleton, fluid-filled cavity. The body has a thick cuticle made primarily of collagen, secreted by the underlying epidermis, which resists the high hydrostatic pressure excreted by the fluid in the pseudocoelom. So beneath the epidermis, there is a layer of longitudinal muscles. Muscles in nematodes, they are not arranged in antagonistic pairs. The antagonistic role is played by the cuticle. Contraction of a longitudinal muscle on one side is transmitted through the hydrostatic skeleton and it stretches the cuticle on the opposite side of. When the muscle relaxes, the cuticle contracts and the body returns to its resting position. Nematodes, they have a complete gut with the mouth, muscular pharynx, intestine, rectum, and anus. Most nematodes, males, they are smaller than females. Males have a tail and fertilization is internal and juveniles go through several developmental stages, each time molding or shedding their cuticle. Intestinal nematodes with tissue, इसमें कौन कौन से आते हैं? These include Ascaris lumbricoides, Ascaris duodenale, Racketer americans, and S. stercorae. Intestinal nematodes without tissue कौन से? E. verbicularis and T. ticura. Okay, first of all, we will see what are intestinal nematodes with tissue. Okay, number one, Ascaris lumbricoid. What is the morphology of Ascaris lumbricoid? They contain male adult worm that measures about 15 to 20 centimeter in length. The posterior end is curved ventrally. The female worm measures 20 to 40 centimeter in length. Its posterior end is straight. So, what are the disease that is caused by the Ascaris lumbricoids? This is Ascariasis. This is called Ascariasis. And what is the pathogenesis and clinical finding? In pathogenesis and clinical finding, the larva migration is most lethal than presence of worm in the intestine. And they mostly affect lungs. Inflammation with an eosinophilic exudate, as we have already seen in the scenario, there is also eosinophilia. So usually they are in children and infection, they are asymptomatic. Ascaris pneumonia causes fever, cough, abdominal pain, and even intestinal obstruction can be. What is the epidemiology? Epidemiology is a common disease in tropics. In lab diagnosis and laboratory diagnosis, we see egg in stool and over irregular surface. And the treatment is mebendazole and parenteral pomade. What can be the prevention? Prevention can be if there is proper disposal of feces. The ingestion of worm eggs through food and water contaminated with human feces. These eggs hatch in small intestine wall and they travel through the bloodstream to the lungs where they break out of the alveoli. Then they make their way up the trachea where they are swallowed and eventually settle in the small intestine. In the intestine, the worms cause abdominal symptoms and allergic reactions and they may produce an intestinal blockage. So this is the cycle. As you can see in the step number 1, there is a male and female roundworms and they are found in the small intestine of humans, and then they come out through the feces in the soil, and then there is the unfertilized egg. And fertilized egg, then it becomes fertilized, then it completes a cycle, and then at the level of third, this is also infective stage. Infective stage means then it can again infect the humans. Okay, next is hookworms. Hookworms, they are named for the dorsal curve in their anterior end. Hookworms, they are quite small. The common species, Nectar americans, is only 11 millimeter long. However, because they feed on blood, a heavy infection can produce severe anemia. This is a picture of hookworm. Large plates in the hookworm's mouth, they are used to cut the intestinal lining of the host. The parasite then pumps blood through its gut, partially digesting it before excreting it. Because hookworms suck more blood than they use, they can cause debilitating anemia. In children, a hookworm infection can stunt growth due to the anemia, and it can also cause a general lack of energy. This is a picture of hookworm. So hookworms do not permanently attach in one spot but move around the gut, and they reattach when they are ready to feed. Hookworms, they have evolved sophisticated anti-clotting factors that keep platelets from clumping and forming a clot while the hookworm is feeding. So next is, what is the pathogenesis and clinical findings? And there is excess loss of blood from the intestine, obviously due to the but and the quantity is 0.1 to 0.3 ml per day. Weakness and pallor may lead to microcytic anemia due to blood loss. Ground itching vesicles at site of entry of larva, and pneumonia and eosinophilia at larval migration. What is the epidemiology? Epidemiology, they are common in tropical areas, and predisposing factors, walking barefoot on soil, and what is the lab diagnosis? Lab diagnosis, we will see eggs in stool, and we can also observe occult blood in stool and eosinophils. What is the treatment? Treatment can be mebendazole and parenteral pomade. And prevention, proper sewage system and wear shoes, it can prevent from hookworms. So this is again picture. So next is, what is the life cycle of hookworms? The life cycle of hookworms is, infection occurs after a larva hatches from an egg and penetrates the skin of a person. It then makes its way to the lungs, where they eventually, it is coughed up and swallowed and travels through the intestine. This is a life cycle of hookworm, and this is stage number 1. As you can say, there are eggs in feces through the feces of humans, and then they are converted into rabiditiform larva. Then it hatches, and then there is formation of flariform larva. And then in the next step, flariform larva, it penetrates the skin. So next. So the next there is a pinworm. Pinworm, their name is Enterobius vermicularis. The disease they cause, that is infection, enterobiasis, and what is the pathogenesis and clinical findings. The affected site is perianal pruritus. And the epidemiology, they are common in tropical areas, and they are found in children younger than 12 years. What is a laboratory diagnosis? In laboratory diagnosis, eggs recovered from perianal skin by using Scotch tape techniques. The eggs, they are not found in stool. Small white adult found in the stool near anus of diapered children can be found, and treatment is mebendazole or parenteral pomade. This is a picture of hookworms, pinworms. Okay, infection in human, no animal is involved, and infection by ingestion, the worms eggs in small intestine then change to larvae in colon. And male female meet at colon, and in night female migrates from anus, and it releases thousands of fertilized eggs on the perianal skin. This is a picture of life cycle. As you can see, their eggs, as the actual size of the, and the eggs, they are laid in perianal region. But the child, it is, and then there is again ingestion of embryonated egg. Then the cycle is again continues, and there is larva hatch in the intestine, and then they penetrate and develop in mucosa, and young worms mature in the lower small intestine and upper colon. Then the next is Trichinella worms. Trichinella spiralis is a tiny nematode that causes the potentially fatal disease trichinosis. Humans typically become infected by eating undercooked pork. Trichinella lives in cysts formed in individual muscle cells of the host. Trichinella, when it hatches from an ingested cyst in its host gut, it drills through the wall of the intestine where female produce living young. These juveniles travel in the circulatory system to a muscle. The juvenile penetrates an individual muscle cells and it can break the cell down so it can be a remake. Trichinella, just as a virus does, manipulates the host cell's DNA. It causes the cell to recruit a blood supply to supply food to the cell and also produce collagen to form a cyst around the cell. The Trichinella juvenile awaits ingestion by another host. When ingested, it emerges from its cyst, then it enters the mucosal lining of the gut, and then it develops into an adult, and thus it continues the life cycle. The picture. And this is the ancestors larva in striated muscles. As you can see, there is the ingestion of undercooked meat, especially pork. And then there is larva released in small intestine, and then it adults in small intestine. Then the larva deposited in mucosa, then it comes into circulation, and then encystate larva in striated muscles, and larva released in small intestine. Okay, adults usually do not persist long in the gut before being expelled by the host immune system. Trichinella occurs commonly in wild animals such as foxes, wolves, and bears. Smaller mammals such as skunks, raccoons, and rats, which commonly associate with people, they are the main sources of domestic pig infections. Pigs may become infected by eating fecal matter or the bodies of animals infected with the parasite. And humans, they are an inadvertent host of Trichinella. In humans, infection with a few Trichinella parasites, it may cause no symptoms, but heavy infection, it can cause intense muscle pain, and in some cases, it can also lead to the death. Okay, again, I will tell you the scenario of this is a Nectar Americans. Okay, इसमें है scenario size. This is scenario number 2. There is a farmer presented in the OPD with complaints of fever, abdominal pain, weakness, pallor, and productive cough for the last 1 month. The history reveals that he used to work in the fields barefooted. So physical examination shows pruritic capsules and vesicles on the feet. Investigations, these are as follows. Investigations में we did the CBC. In CBC we see the hemoglobin was 8 gram per deciliter. The MCV was 60 hemoliter. The normal MCV is 62. The normal MCV is 80 to 100 hemoliter. And the WBC it was found 4.8 into 10 to the 9 per liter. Platelets were 45 and eosinophils they were 1.5 to 10 to the power 9 per liter. Okay, it's related questions. These can be. Okay, number 1 is you have to do the diagnosis. What is the diagnosis? Diagnosis is Necator Americans. And what is the other name for Necator Americans? So the other name is new hookworm. How humans are infected, and what are the various forms of Necator Americans, and what are the major clinical findings observed in an infection of Necator Americans. So I have already told you the clinical findings. And what is ground age and how Necator is prevented. Here I have already told you how Necator is diagnosed in the laboratory and what is the treatment. Okay, now go how humans are infected. So इसमें basically the humans they are infected when flariform larva in the moist soil penetrates the skin, usually of feet or legs, and they are carried by blood to the lungs, and then they migrate into the alveoli and up the bronchi and then into the trachea. And then they are swallowed. They develop into adults in the small intestine attaching to the wall with cutting plates. They feed on blood for the capillaries of the intestinal villi. Thousands of eggs per day they are passed in feces. Eggs develop first into non-infectious feeding larvae and then into the third stage infectious larva. Then they are converted into the third stage larva that is infectious. Infectious, this is filariform larva which penetrates the skin to complete the cycle. So its pathogenesis I have already told you, but I will also repeat. Okay, the major damage is due to the loss of blood at the site of attachment in the small intestine. And blood is consumed by the worm and oozes from the site in response to an anticoagulant made by the worm. So weakness and pallor accompany the microcytic anemia caused by the blood loss. Okay, the next question was what is groundage? What is groundage? Groundage is a pruritic papule or vesicle, and it occurs at the site of entry of larva into the skin. Pneumonia with eosinophilia, it can be seen during larval migration through the lungs. And how can we make the diagnosis? So diagnosis is usually made microscopically, and what we see in microscopically, we observe the egg in the stools, and we can also observe the occult blood in the stool, and eosinophilia is also seen. So the treatment, as I already told you, the treatment is both mebendazole and pyrantel palmate. They are effective. And next is how can we prevent this infection? So what is the prevention can be? If proper disposal of sewage and it means fecal matter and proper wearing shoes, they are effective means of prevention. अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं? अनम्यूट करें इसे स्टूडेंट अनम्यूट है स्टूडेंट्स को म्यूट मैंने किया ही नहीं. अच्छा. Okay, Sklen Basid. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sklen Basid.
Hello.
Okay, tell me the names of nematodes. Hello? Sklen Basid. Can you tell me the names of nematodes?
Scary.
Tell me the names of two important nematodes.
We call it Ascaris lumbricoides.
Okay. What's the other name of Ascaris lumbricoid? Can you tell me? Hello, what's the other name of Ascaris lumbricoid? नेट डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया उधर से किसी और को करें लाइव बस.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is the other name of Ascaris lumbricoid? सब अनम्यूट म्यूट कर। हेलो फातिमा शौकत, कैन यू प्लीज अनम्यूट? फातिमा शौकत।
Yes, ma'am.
Fatima Shaukat, can you tell me the names of 2 nematodes? Fatima Shaukat.
Ma'am, Trichonalis
Okay.
or Entrobius.
Okay, tell me what is the other name of Ascaris lumbricoid? Fatima Shaukat, please answer. What is the other name of Ascaris lumbricoid?
Ma'am, giant worm, a roundworm.
Okay. And what are the clinical findings in Ascaris lumbricoid?
मैम उसमें eosinophilia हो जाता है मेजरली
Okay.
और मोस्टली जो इन्फेक्शंस होते हैं वो एसिम्टोमेटिक होते हैं और एस्केरिया निमोनिया हो सकता है।
Okay.
eosinophilia मेजरली जो है वो लंग्स के अंदर होगा।
ठीक है। Okay, tell me the how can we diagnose in laboratory?
मैम स्टूल सैंपल के थ्रू मेजरली जो होगा हम लोग उसमें एग को देखेंगे कि स्टूल सैंपल के अंदर एग की शेप अगर ओवल होगी, इरेगुलर सरफेस वगैरह होगी तो।
चलो ठीक है, गुड। Next is Hamza Naveed. Please can you unmute? Hamza Naveed.
मैंने चेक किया है मेरा ख्याल है की तरफ से हो सकता है, बाकी मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ दोबारा। वो वाकई 3 मिनट का पड़ा जी, वो वाकई 3 मिनट का पड़ा है। वैसे ऐसा होता नहीं, बस वो इसी वजह से